Hello everyone. On the 13th of July 25, Saturn, shiny, is going retrograde right up until November 2025. And this is the first time he's turned backwards in the sign of Pisces. This is a very important factor with a deep meaning, and I'll be talking about that and other secrets about understanding retrograde Saturn for you. If you're new to my channel, of course, don't forget to sub below. If the video is helpful, give it a thumbs up and share it around as well. Let's go. First of all, take a note of these sensitive dates, the 11th until the 15th of July. He turns retrograde on the 13th, but from the 11th, I would say, right up until the 15th is a very sensitive time when Saturn's switching direction makes everything up in the air. Not good to start things if you can help it, sign anything, make big decisions on these dates. Take a note of this because they will have that inherent instability. Now, as I've just said, this is the first time since Saturn entered Pisces in March 25, he's turning retrograde. The first time, July 25 till November. The second time will be July 26 and the last time, August 27. Why is this important? Because everybody, when Shani goes retrograde, he's doing something very special. He becomes twice as strong. This is not the time for just reassessing, sitting around, thinking, let me change my plans, do something different. It's not a break from Saturn's purpose at all. It's completely different. The thing is, Saturn retrograde gets a bit obsessive about us finishing off tasks we have not completed. And it gets more and more difficult the longer we leave doing them. That's the thing. We all know this, don't we? If we don't tie up loose ends, we procrastinate. It gets more and more stressful to complete them, right? So the next transits of Saturn retrograde, July 26, August 27, get more and more intense in this order. And here's the big understanding, which you have to read Saturn's retrograde transit, everybody. All planets, when they go retrograde by transit, not in the natal chart, that's different, focus on the previous house. He's still in Pisces, but his focus, his psychic focus and his obsession, if you like, it's as though he's obsessed with the past, where he has just been. Previous house is Aquarius house in your chart this time. So Saturn going retrograde is going to push us into the factors connected to Aquarius in our chart. Whichever house is Aquarius in your horoscope, we're being pushed into sorting out factors of that house. And it's particularly strong this time. Why? Because Aquarius is the multicone sign of Saturn. It's his office sign. He's a lot of work there. He needs us to refocus on again. The other factor is that Rahu is presently transiting in that same previous house in Aquarius. This does not mean, please be clear, that there is another Saturn-Rahu conjunction going on. Don't get all confused. No, he is still in Pisces, and that is the most important thing to understand. So because Rahu's super powerful in his own sign, Aquarius, he's at home. Check the video Rahu Transit Aquarius just in case you don't know what that's about. And Saturn in Pisces is focusing now on his office sign. There's a super powerful intensity about Aquarius sign in our chart during these months. Nonetheless, the retrograde phase is a smaller amount of time than the total of the 2.5-3 years of Saturn's Pisces transit. And those are the key karmas to understand, whether you are in Sati, whether you are maybe in Astam, Shani, whether you have a Saturn dire transit going on, all of those important Saturn transits, Saturn Pisces to your sign. Check out the video on my channel, Saturn Transit Pisces, going on for 2.5 years more. You have to understand total context, everybody. So check the link below to that Saturn Pisces transit video as well. Final point, Saturn transits these degrees of sidereal Pisces this time. He turns retrograde 7 degrees Pisces and he goes backwards to 0 degrees. Then he goes direct again. So if you have natal planets in your chart, everyone, between 0 to 7 degrees of sidereal Pisces, they're going to get a definite triple Saturn transit. Don't be afraid of this. Saturn will help you sort out many loose ends in connection to those planets in your chart. How to use the readings, everybody? Read from your D1 birth chart, moon sign, definitely Rasi sign, and the ascendant sign as well. You should read from both. I definitely emphasize, though, for Saturn transit, read from the moon sign. It's very important. But don't forget, this is sidereal zodiac, not tropical western zodiac. So make sure that you have correct ascendant, correct moon sign. If you're not sure, check the link below to a website, Deva Guru. Put in your birth data, bring up moon sign and ascendant sign. Let's go. For Aries ascendant and Aries moon sign, wow, this is a really important transit for you all because Saturn is turning retrograde in the 12th house to your moon or to your ascendant. Now let's get the context here. Saturn's gone into your 12th house from your moon sign. Moon in Aries since March this year. You've been in the beginning phase of Sadi Sati. And from ascendant sign, Saturn behind ascendant, these are not easy factors. You may have been feeling under pressure, had some health issues and feeling a little bit isolated as well, and had a huge increase in expenses. They're the main factors. In addition, apart from health issues, yourself and a stressful feeling in the workplace, pets, small animals may have been having issues as well. Difficulty with father, perhaps, authority figures, teachers, lecturers, and students struggling with their education course. All of this is definitely possible when you have Saturn in the 12th house to your moon and ascendant. But here's the good news for Aries moon and ascendant. All of those problems I have mentioned happening since March 25 during this retrograde phase of Saturn, they're going to have fantastic solutions. It's going to be a huge weight off your shoulder. During this period, Saturn will give you solutions. He will open opportunities for you, interviews, work, increase in your income. All of a sudden you will think, why didn't I see the opportunity before? There it is. And finally, that sense of being isolated will definitely lessen during this time. Depending on your age, phone never stops ringing. All of a sudden you're out and about, socializing. People are networking with you, supporting you. It's like, where were they before? Well, here they are again. It's good to connect to other people. It's very favorable during July 13th to November 28th. They will help you. Don't be isolated anymore. Get out there, meet people, make connections. Therefore, it's really good for job opportunities, income, students, fantastic to reconnect with the education course during this time, make educational decisions. All of a sudden, it becomes clear what you have to do. And finances, they get better because all of a sudden there is more income coming in, or you are sorting out financial situations in a much more productive way. So it's an all in all very helpful retrograde phase for Aries moon and ascendant. Now, for Taurus moon sign, Taurus ascendant, since March 25, Shani's gone into a very favorable place for you, 11th house. But he's slow to give these blessings, but they are definitely coming, do not fear. He's making you focused on health, on your physical fitness, on your education, and on your business concerns. You're becoming serious about making improvements since March 25. But when he goes retrograde, July 13th until November 28th, he's taking you back into some loose ends. What are these loose ends? As I've said, beginning of the video, it's all to do with the sign of Aquarius, where Saturn focuses on during this transit, during this retrograde phase. It's your career. something which you didn't complete in the last 2.5, 3 years. It was tough. Don't forget having Saturn in your 10th house, but you didn't complete something. You didn't take a leap. You didn't take a challenge on, and he's not happy. He's going to put it back right in front of you. Big career choices and decisions during July 13th until November 28th, 25. You will have the chance to show that you can do it this time. Perhaps you didn't take on some responsibility. Perhaps you let an opportunity go because you didn't feel confident enough, or you felt it was all too much. Saturn says no. This is something which you have to do. Don't forget, Rahu's here. So Saturn is really saying, do something different. Take up that career challenge during this time. It's going to be long-term profit for you. For Gemini moon, Gemini ascendant both. Now Saturn since March 25 has been in the 10th house. From the moon it's been really difficult, let's face it. You felt pressurized in your work. You felt isolated, pressurized, put upon, so much to do and just no help to do it. You felt stuck in your business situation, market opportunities. It's been really tough. From ascendant as well. But there you've probably made adjustments. From the moon, it's been emotionally trying, hasn't it? That's the thing. And it's been impacting since March your domestic happiness, even intimate relationships. And you may have had expenses as well. It's not an easy transit. Saturn 10th house, let's face it. And it's the beginning part, you see, of this Saturn transit 10th house, Saturn Pisces. That is tough for Gemini, moon and ascendant. Check the video on my channel, Saturn transit Pisces. It is going to get better. But these retrograde phases are the key to sorting out so many difficulties. From July the 13th, a big burden comes away. You can speak to your spouse, partner, girlfriend, boyfriend without feeling pressured. You don't feel so afraid about things. You feel lighter in your heart. You can speak to your business partner. Marketplace opportunities come up unexpectedly as well, even in foreign shores during this retrograde period for business people. And the big weight on your domestic situation gets much, much lighter during this particular transit. You have very important conversations to have, though, with the boss, with superiors, with your father, maybe, with mentors, with your teachers, lecturers. If you are a student, during this time, you will get good advice. That's the key to this July 13th to November 28th transit for Gemini. Seek advice. Financial advice, educational advice, health advice, any advice. It will put you in the correct direction. So this is a very helpful phase of this Saturn Pisces transit. Make the most of it. For Cancer moon, Cancer ascendant both, since Saturn, your 7th lord, has been in the 9th house of your chart since March 25, it's been a serious phase for you, but you've been thinking seriously about the future. That's the key. But there's been issues with superiors, boss, been some concerns with authority figures, advisors. Maybe you don't want to listen to them. You want to work out things for yourself. Maybe difficulty with father, siblings, and even health issues coming up as well. You've been feeling as though you've got to work out everything yourself, and it may have slowed you down a little bit. That's the thing. But some of this pressure, and it's a mental pressure more than anything else, comes away. Suddenly, you are focusing on solutions which are practical here and now. No more pie in the sky stuff. You want practical solutions during this period. It's time to reconsider some financial opportunity which you did not take. Maybe it's about business opportunity. Maybe it's about changing a long-term business plan, but you said, no, I can't do it. Or maybe it's about investments, financial concern, or even about health issues. You've put off things which you just didn't feel like dealing with. But now Saturn's going backwards. These issues come up again, and you've got to sort them during this transit. So therefore there can be sudden health issues again. Those issues are coming up again. Now is the time. Do something. Don't be afraid to do something different. Get a second opinion. Sort out these long-term health issues. So anything which you put off about financial obligations, investments, wills, legacies, family concerns, family business, some loose ends basically, things which you've not tied up. You've got to go back and check it out again. Saturn will force you to do this, but it's good. Don't be afraid of this. And this retrograde transit's very good for students. Students have been feeling overburdened on their education course, or maybe you started a new course and it's just not working out, or you're going on with an old course and thinking, oh, it's just such a heavy thing, I'm not enjoying it anymore, something such as that. But Saturn going retrograde is great for deep study. Between July and November, you can study far better. You can research. You can get deep insight into educational matters. Make the most of the opportunity. For Leo moon and ascendant, especially Leo moon, but ascendant as well, Saturn's been in the 8th house since March. This is actually called Astam Shani transit. What does this mean? Since March, wow, talk about the pressure, talk about health issues, talk about financial constriction, business concerns, so much pressure. You may even have thought about quitting your job, some of you. But nothing wrong with that. You see, Saturn in the 8th house is a total transformation. Check the video on my channel, Saturn transit Pisces. The link is below. But you see, Astam Shani from the moon, but even from ascendant, gives sudden events, unexpected, which trip you up, put you in a corner, put tremendous pressure on you, particularly health issues, financial concerns, and some really difficult family matters as well come up. That's all been happening since March 25. And now, July 13th, Leo, Saturn's going retrograde. Fantastic for you because he puts all of his effort into the 7th house where his dig valor is. You become more confident. You become more relaxed. You sort out relationship factors which you have left hanging. Let's face it, there are some deep relationship conversations needed, aren't there, which you have not had. And this is the time, these 4 months coming up from July the 13th, when you need to speak to your spouse, girlfriend, boyfriend, and have those deep, intimate conversations. They will help you enormously. And it's time to revisit business situations. Talk to your business partner. Can you work out something, or do you have to collapse the whole business? Maybe there is a solution coming up during this time. You have to cooperate, but it can be really, really good. So health-wise, financial-wise, work-wise, and even with your kids, things get better. You find solutions that you never thought about during this time. It's a favorable 4-month or so transit. Make the most of it. Leo, moon and ascendant. For Virgo moon, Virgo ascendant, it's a major shift, isn't it? When Saturn's in the 7th house of your chart, there's so much responsibility, so many big decisions you've been having to make since March 25. From the moon, it's felt emotionally draining sometimes as well. But it's still a good transit for Saturn. Check the video, Saturn transit Pisces. The link is below because Saturn gets strength when he's in the 7th house. So check all about Saturn Pisces transit. 2.5 more years to go. The link is below this video for you. So what happens when he goes retrograde between July 13th, November 28th? The pressure comes off. Virgo, moon and ascendant, big time. It's good for both, but particularly for the moon, because Saturn's focusing on the 6th house, where he is super strong to do good stuff. And Rahu, your lord, is transiting in the 6th house of your chart. That's another very favorable transit. You can also check that out. Rahu transit Aquarius. So this Saturn retrograde phase is a very, very helpful factor for Virgo moon and ascendant. What happens? Well, you may have some health issues coming up again, but now you will get ingenious solutions because Rahu is there. You may have workplace stress, such irritating situations again, but this time you get solutions to deal with them. Amazing solutions during this retrograde Saturn transit. You've been having domestic stress too. You've been feeling overburdened by property concerns, domestic concerns. They will lessen during this time considerably. And students have been having a lot of educational concerns. 4th house, 9th house. You felt like, oh, okay, I've got so much work to do, but you've not been able to focus on anything else. It's been overwhelming pressure, students, during this Saturn transit since March. Because it's new, it feels so pressurized. But students, take heart. You will have time for research, time for deep insight. All of a sudden, you will see solutions to the course. All of a sudden, concepts which you were struggling to understand, go over them again. I promise you, during this retrograde phase, everything educationally makes sense. It's a wonderful opportunity. And business people, if you've got litigation, you're going to win during this retrograde phase. Go back again, revisit it, get good advice, maybe legal advice. There are fantastic opportunities for legal success. And of course, relationship issues. Now's the time. You see, Saturn's made you serious, a little depressed, even spouse, partner, girlfriend, boyfriend having issues since March 25. Now is the time to talk it out big time. Don't put it off. Don't think, oh, it's okay, it's never going to work. Is there something which you've not spoken about? Are there some secrets? Are there some issues which you need to confront? Now is the time for doing that. Saturn supports it definitely because he's actually thinking about 6th house where your Lord is strong. So it's not the easiest time for you. There's a lot of serious pressure, business people as well. But all of these difficulties, by the way, foreign trade could have been very, very difficult. Business people, that's going to lighten up too. So all of these difficulties, health, domestic, educational, relationship, they're going to benefit during this retrograde phase. Make the most of it. For Libra ascendant, Libra moon, wow, this has been a good transit for you since March. You're thinking, what? It's been a good transit? I've been so stressed, so pressured. Yes, but it's going to get better. Saturn in the 6th house is going to give you many blessings over the next 2.5 years. Check out the video on my channel, Saturn Transit Pisces. The link is below, but it takes a bit of time. Saturn doesn't give all of the good stuff first. He puts you under stress and then he rewards you when he's in the 6th house. Do not fear. Many of you taking serious steps about health issues, serious steps about workplace stress. How much more can you take? You are at the point of making big changes, cutting back on unnecessary work and focusing. This is all very, very good. But you haven't had a lot of peace during this time, a lot of time to yourself. And when Saturn goes retrograde, you'll be thinking about where you need to focus. You'll be very creative, finding solutions to some problems. That's going to be good during this retrograde phase. But here's the trick of the transit, everyone. Finding creative solutions and acting on them are different. I'm going to come back to this point in a minute. One thing though, if you have kids, something unfinished, some unfinished business, or some issues with your children come up again during this time. Maybe they've had problems and you thought they were all sorted. Well, they're not sorted, they're going to come up again, but that's okay. Now you can help children sort some difficult situations. And if you are a student or you are studying in any way, all of a sudden during this retrograde phase, July to November, you'll get panicky. You'll start to panic about the course. Oh no, I don't know about that thing. I didn't learn that thing. I'm behind. I thought I was ahead. All sorts of loose ends come up. But you're panicking. I promise you, you're panicking. Wait until Saturn goes direct at the end of November, if you can, to make big educational decisions. And if you have any romantic affairs, love affairs, fifth house is about this. Saturn's pressurizing you. You're thinking, oh no, I can't make sense of this romantic opportunity. Is this the right person for me? All sorts of doubts come up. Once again, don't get yourself into a sticky corner with this. You can make all the right decisions about relationships as well when you get Saturn going direct again after November 28th. For Scorpio, Moon and Ascendant, Saturn's in the fifth house of your chart. Not an easy place for Saturn, let's face it, but long term, you're going to make important changes here in connection to love affairs, in connection to children and your education, and indeed creative endeavors. Check the video, Saturn Transit Pisces. The link is below. This is going to be 2.5 more years in the making. You're going to make progress, but here's the thing, don't become impatient. But this retrograde phase, July 13th to November, you're going to feel like, oh no, here's issues I thought I'd sorted coming up. What issues? Issues about where you live, domestic concerns, mother's concerns, home issues. These things did not get sorted properly before, and they're coming up once again. You may have been having a tough time on the course since March, students. Well, here's the thing. Maybe some of this has to do, let's face it, with your domestic situation. Are you in a good place to study? Now is the time to sort out domestic residential situations for students. Changes have to happen. Then you can make progress on the course. But it isn't just students, it's everybody. There are some loose ends about renovations, property concerns, home concerns, which you need to sort out. It's a headache. It makes you feel stressed. See to it now. You'll be so glad that you did. And you've been having a little bit of stress, doubt about romantic affairs, maybe lack of opportunity, maybe feeling like this is not the right person for me, or maybe you've been putting pressure on your romantic person, or they've been putting pressure on you. It's been a little bit constrained. So for romantic concerns, it's great when Saturn goes retrograde July 13th until November. Now you can speak to your girlfriend, boyfriend, get better heart-to-heart understanding. And if you've got children, problems with them have been coming up. It's been serious. It's been a little bit stressful about starting a family or maybe dealing with your kids. During this retrograde phase, you know it is about domestic space, domestic stress, which you have to deal with. Make those home changes and everything will improve. Sagittarius, Moon and Ascendant, oh, you're going to be so happy about this retrograde phase of Saturn. He's been in your fourth house since March. He's put pressure on you with family concerns, domestic issues, property concerns, and you felt weighed down by them. Just like you're not free anymore. Why? Because Saturn's been aspecting Ascendant or the Moon sign. So you've had a lot of deep responsibilities, important property decisions to make since March, and it's been a weight on you. It's made you feel less mobile and really pressured. That's the thing. And some of you having health issues which you have to sort, even stress on the job and so much work you have to do, not a moment to yourself, right? Therefore, it's great for you during July 13th until November. All of these pressures lessen, I promise you. And something else, especially from Moon Sagittarius, your relationship has been under tremendous stress. Once again, this is emotional stress on you. This will be relieved during this July 13th, November 28th transit. Speak to your girlfriend, boyfriend, spouse, partner. You will feel so much happier once you have these really important conversations during this time. First thing happens is during July 13th until November, you're traveling more, you're meeting people, meeting your siblings, meeting your friends, connecting to people. It's a big relief to you. If you've got job ambitions, if there are some new opportunities coming up which you haven't had time to look at, you can have interview success. You can sort out legal issues as well. This is really favorable. So it's a lighter time when you feel more in control of things. That's the issue. Make the most of it and sort out those outstanding factors. Best of all, your health will improve because Saturn's been making you serious about it. Perhaps you haven't been eating well. Perhaps you've been having indigestion problems, all of these things. You're going to find health relief as well during the transit. For Capricorn, Moon and Ascendant, since March 25, Saturn's been in a powerfully strong place. He is your Lord in your third house. This is good. Particularly from the Moon, it's been the end of Sadi Sati since March. But take it easy. Things don't just fall into place overnight, so don't become impatient. In fact, definitely, if you haven't already, check the video on my channel, Saturn Transit in Pisces, because it's really important, Capricorn, Moon and Ascendant, to understand the potential of this transit. The link is below. You've been very focused, actually. Saturn third house makes you, because he is your Lord, focused on dealing with education concerns, legal concerns, and study and foreign land. So it's been good for students, good for foreign business, but slowly. It's not just happening overnight. Saturn's slow moving. Saturn gives you long-term focus. So you've been focusing very well on your future. And then all of a sudden, Saturn goes retrograde and things get a little bit up in the air again. So what's going to happen? Like I said, beginning of the video, Saturn's going to focus on Aquarius, where Rahu is now. If you check out Rahu Aquarius transit, everything I'm speaking about now makes sense. That is also on my channel, Rahu Aquarius. Saturn's going to focus you on those financial loose ends now. There's something you've not done, some investment, wills, legacies, business, family, finances. Something is still a big loose end. You've been meaning to sort it out, even writing your own will. It could be anything, a new business plan, something. You've meant to do it, but you've moved on without completing it. Saturn says, no, this has to be completed during this time. So don't procrastinate anymore. Capricorns don't procrastinate, but they take their time to think things over. That's the thing. And get rid of stuff you don't need. This is really big. Rahu's in your second house. He's coming to the end of his big transit round your chart. He's saying now is the time to let the past go. During this phase, July to November, Saturn adds to that pressure. So it's a great time to clean out the house, clean out closets, get rid of all the junk from your past. You don't need it anymore. You'll feel better when you've sorted this, I promise you. And second house is about food as well, changing diet, even teeth, sorting teeth out. It could even be that. Sorting out something which you left unsorted. This is the time to make these big health changes as well. Aquarius, moon and ascendant. Saturn is your co-lord. When he goes retrograde, very often you feel, things are hanging in the balance. Things are not moving forward. You can become very impatient during every single Saturn retrograde transit. This time, it's going to be a good thing for you as well. Why? Because Saturn's in second house since March. There have been financial difficulties, constraints, domestic concerns, big time. And even with your work situation, there's been stresses with your colleagues. Because it's about reconsidering what you value in life, what you really want to keep with you, what you want to get rid of, right? Check the video on my channel, Saturn Transit Pisces. The link is below. This goes on for another 2.5 years. Check it out. It's so important. So during these 4 months, Saturn going backwards is going to help you because he puts all the emphasis onto your sign, whereas Rahu transiting right now. You could have health issues coming up again. You could feel put upon by your spouse, partner, people around you to make a decision. You feel a bit cornered during this July to November period. You should definitely put attention into your physical well-being during this time because Saturn is emphasizing first house. This is not the time for lying around getting lazy. You may feel, though, a little bit tired. How can I put it? You will feel tired, like you just want to lie down a lot more, just want to take it easy. What's wrong with that? Surely everybody needs to de-stress. Well, thing is, Saturn isn't about doing that when he's in first house. He can make you lazy, and that could have a negative consequence. I sound like I'm preaching a bit here, but that's what Saturn first house can do. He can make you lazy, and that's not helpful when Rahu is there. So, as I say, Saturn isn't in the first house, but he's affecting first house. So what should you do? Get on the exercise routine. Yeah, get yourself into some discipline about diet, discipline about health. Sort out your whole family situation by having important communications with your spouse, partner, and your in-laws. Once you take on these important responsibilities to yourself and your family, you will feel, oh wow, I'm so glad I didn't put off those anymore. So you may get temptation to just escape from everything during this time. Don't do it. Important work can be accomplished and you will feel actually so glad you did this. Pisces, moon and ascendant, well, you know, don't you? Saturn's in your moon sign if you have moon in Pisces, or your ascendant if you are Pisces rising since March 25. And what is Saturn in this peak Sati, or Saturn on your ascendant sign? He's pressure, pure and simple pressure. It may be from relationships, from work situation, from your siblings even, could be that, but pressure from the neighborhood as well. So much on your plate, feeling overwhelmed by all the work you have to do. You've hardly got a moment to yourself. That's the thing. Saturn moon sign, Saturn ascendant, there's so much work you have to do. And now he's going to go retrograde. What does this mean? Time off work? No, not exactly that. What it means is that Saturn, like I said beginning of the video, everyone check it out, is going to emphasize Aquarius, which is the 12th house of your chart during July 13th until November. He's going to make you turn in on yourself, but he will take away many pressures. This is helpful. In fact, it could be a good time to get some extra sleep. Maybe you've been lacking sleep, you can get that again. You've been having health issues, or the people around you have been having health issues. You've had problems in the workplace. You've had to take on extra responsibility that you didn't expect. It's going to lessen all of those problems, get less intrusive during July 13th until November 28th. Put it simply, you're going to have more time to yourself. Now, previously, when you had Saturn in this 12th house, that felt a bit isolating. Now that you've had Saturn on the moon or ascendant, you'll be thinking, oh, fantastic, a little bit of space to myself, a little bit of peace to myself, meditate, relax. You're going to love this retrograde phase. It's good for foreign travel as well, good for spiritual affairs during this time. And if you're a student, wow, you've been waiting for this. Saturn first house since March has put so much pressure on you. You haven't even had time to study correctly, to do your research. Between July 13th until November 28th, you can catch up on your course and make huge progress. Check out Pisces transit of Saturn up on your screen right now, going on to 28. Very important for everybody. And don't forget to sub to my channel if you're new. Goodbye for now, and God bless you all.